Yes, we are back on a Super Sunday. Welcome to your favorite podcast, Dead to Us.
I feel like you were trying to trick me there.
I would never trick you, babe. It's Super Bowl Sunday. We are coming to you live from the Content Factory. We just watched the Super Bowl. It was all right. It was a pretty good ending. What did you think, babe?
I was disappointed.
You were? Why?
Well, you put in my head that the score could be 2020 on 02/02/2020, and then I was really just hoping for that. And then the stupid Chiefs blew it again.
Or they actually didn't blow it. They won the whole Super Bowl.
Well, they blew it for me.
But it is 02/02/20 is the date. And you wanted the score to be 2020 to go to overtime?
Yeah, if it was 2020 on 02/02/2020, it just would be so fun.
Well, sorry, maybe.
And then they could have won by 2.
No, well, I guess they could have. But we'll just have to wait like 900 years for it to come back around. But you made some good snacks, so I will say that. What did you make us?
Snacks and good jokes. I made...
The jokes were average, but your snacks were incredible.
My jokes were great. I made... Well, first, I gave you a nice appetizer round of crackers, gluten-free, of course.
Of course.
And hummus and oranges and chips and salsa and cheese. And then...
That was a good starter plate.
I made... homemade wings and fried shrimp in the air fryer and homemade potato chips. And when I was serving them to you, what did you say to me?
I said, Shire's on fire.
No, you did not.
I said, what? Then you brought out all the good stuff like chicken wings and shrimp, and I go, why'd you give me all this other bullshit when we had good food coming? Because I didn't want to get too full eating all the starter chips and shit. I wanted the shrimp and the homemade potato chips and the wings. But it was great. Good Super Bowl. Congrats to the Chiefs. As a Bronco fan, it sucks that they won because I always got to talk shit to Chiefs fans about how they never win. But they won. And I have some good friends, Johnny LaQuasto, the Dixons, Lindsay, Sean, all of you. I'm happy. I know what a special night it is to win the Super Bowl. A lot of tears. A lot of tears and a lot of beers. Today,
I was talking to one of my clients about how I am not a crier. And I just don't really get emotional. It takes a lot. And it mostly comes out when I'm super frustrated and I can't handle it anymore. And then I said, but Brandt, he cries all the time.
I am a crier.
You are a crier. You're like crying right now.
I'm not crying right now.
You're crying a little
but
bit.
I could if something happened.
Your eyes are watery.
No one can see you, so you can't just make shit up. Does it sound like I'm crying? No.
Yeah, you're a little sniffly too.
I missed the commercials that made people cry because I was goofing around on my phone, luckily, and following Twitter. But I guess there was a Google commercial that was really good that made people cry, and then I think they did 2 or 3 segments before this game that made people cry. So
the commercial that made me cry was the P&G one. That was so terrible.
What was that one?
Just the one that was like all the different things.
Yeah, I'm not over I didn't really even pay attention to the commercials, honestly. It's sad how what a slave to my phone I am, but I was playing Words with Friends and I was checking Twitter looking for jokes, and so that was that. But
the funniest joke that I saw was the 50-year-olds in 19 whatever, and it's like an old lady, and then versus 50-year-olds now, and it's J-Lo on a pole.
J-Lo did look hot. Shakira, they both looked hot.
You know?
It was pretty long. It was kind of a long performance. I don't know. It was. I think they did great, but I wasn't really that into it.
Not into it this
year. Do you know who was in that picture with J-Lo? Who that lady was?
Was she from the Golden Girls?
Yes, you got it.
So good.
Yeah, I thought they did good, so that was that.
All right.
It's been a weird week. I was on the road. I didn't even get to tell you all about the road stuff that I ran into. So I had to drive.
Hey, babe, can we talk about something?
Yeah, we can. We can. You know what? First of all, let's shout out the Patreons. First of all, shout out to our girl Robin, who sent us so much cool Chico State stuff. if you haven't heard me talk about it on the other podcast, she sent us a great care package with pennants and a jersey and a hat. And now I have these 2 big Chico State stickers on our desk. So we are officially Chico State fans. So
That's right.
it looks like they're the Wildcats. So
I was the Wildcats.
Well, we're now rooting for Chico State. So
that's great.
Thank you to all the Patreons. We're at 34. Let's get, some of you guys are listening. What you guys made it through the holidays. $7, that ain't shit, right?
All right. All
No?
right. Babe, let's talk about something.
Oh, you hate it when we try. I want to get us a camera. Okay. I guess we're done with that. On to...
Can you tell me about being on the road?
Well, the road, the road is lonely. The road is long. I had to drive.
Is that why people get hookers?
I mean, I guess. People get hookers because they want to have sex.
Yeah, but like the road is long and lonely.
Oh, yeah. If you were on the road for a long time, would you get a hooker? I mean, I guess. Where I was going, I don't think there was hookers, really. But I had to travel to... I tried to drive 6 hours through the mountains in snow. It was shitty.
6 hours?
Yeah. It's a long-ass drive.
Jeez.
So I left, and I saw a lot of animals on my drive. You know what I saw? First of all, I'm always on the hunt for bald eagles. I saw 3 bald eagles. I saw probably 10 hawks. I saw about 100 elk. I saw about
100?
50 deer. I saw a coyote.
You did?
I think I saw a wolf.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, I just could see its shadow because I was coming down the hill in the middle of the night. And there was it was either like a really big coyote or it was a wolf and his little wolf animal baby. But I didn't want to, I was on an icy road. It was scary, so I didn't turn around to try to see it. But I saw that. I saw a bunch of cow, antelope, deer.
Here, come here.
Here, come here, deer. So that was cool. But it was a crazy thing. I was coming down this hill. Then in a snowbank, someone had just wrote, "Carol, will you marry me? Love, Mike." In
what?
Huge letters.
Well,
so
that's one way to do it.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if that's... I assume she said yes, but you don't really get to do... I don't know if the guy was waiting, knowing when she'd drive by, and then he was down there waiting, and then she pulled over and said yes or whatever, but...
Maybe they were on a road trip together.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know. So that was kind of cool. And then what else did I do? Just a long, boring drive. I was listening to... I like having Sirius radio on.
Why so serious? Oh, you liked it.
But I was serious. And then I got to listen to Stern. Oh, what was cool was Stern. Brad Garrett was on Stern from 2007. So then I text Brad Garrett and said I was listening to him on Stern. And then he wrote back that Stern... He's like, I don't think that interview went very good because he didn't invite me back for a long time.
Oh.
But it's just always cool to just text Brad and then have him write back and listen to your friend on Howard Stern. So that was cool. And then shows were good. And then I had to drive back. Just a lot of driving. The road sucks.
Yeah.
It's just lonely. And it's scary with those semis out there. They gave me a Dodge Caravan, like a mom car. So I was just cruising around in my mom car. Mm-hmm. It's just so lonely. But no hookers. There was no hookers at all. We went to a bar. I went to a bar in this little town where I did the show, and then the guy that made the Grammys, they make the Grammys in this little town called Ridgeway. So
are you supposed to tell people that?
Oh, I don't know. Well,
pretend like you didn't hear that.
Yeah, you guys didn't hear that. But anyway, this guy they make the Grammys in this basement across from where I was doing a show, and this guy was going to take me on a tour. And then he said he was going to give me something that he wasn't supposed to, but then it didn't work out. But
I don't know why you didn't just get your butt out of bed.
I don't know.
You were already awake.
I know, but I was so hungover. That's the bad part of the road is people just love... what I tried on the road was the new seltzers, the Bud Light ones.
And?
They're good.
Really?
Good.
Good.
He's like, I got these new ones. You want to try them? And then I think we drank all of them.
Really?
Yeah. They were...
Better than Claw?
Yeah. They were actually better than Claw, so...
And... Okay.
Maybe it was just because it was the first time I had it, but they were good.
But let's talk about it.
Okay.
Because the Bon V or whatever,
those
Bon
were gross.
Viv, those ones taste like cough
syrup. Awful.
White Claw tastes like La Croix.
Mm-hmm.
What?
These taste like flavored Sprite.
Oh.
They were good.
Do they have sugar?
I don't know.
I bet they're higher in calories.
They were good, and then I also did shots. They had, you know how small towns have their own special shots. This guy's making us these shots. They were so good, and then I had to go to bed.
I'm looking up how many calories are in the Bud Light seltzer.
I don't know, but you're gonna have to try them. I wonder if they'll get them at the comic.
They say 100 calories.
Yeah, just like White Claw.
No way.
Why?
It's a weird world we live in.
It is a weird world we live in. Now that you can drink again, do you want to talk about that or no?
Sure.
I guess we can't. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm drinking again. wasn't drinking for a month.
We weren't drinking for a while because we thought
that I was going to get a DUI
or GIRL. We thought we might have a baby on the way.
Oh, yeah, it was
to the point where I was buying clothes for a baby.
You did. Yeah, mm-hmm.
But no. Not yet. No such luck. But it's funny we can talk about it now because here's our hey babe, can we talk about something? Because we pulled the goalie so we can have kids. And then when you didn't have your period, I got scared. But then I was like, why am I scared? This is what we're trying to do. But it was kind of scary.
Yeah, it was a pregnancy scare.
Yeah, for like a day or two. And then Shira will just sneak off and take pregnancy tests throughout the days. And then she'll just come out and I'll be like, what happened? I don't know why. I guess I thought I was supposed to be a part of it all, but is that a thing?
Well, it's not. If it was a positive test, I would have told you.
Yeah, but you would just you'd be in the kitchen washing dishes, then you'd just come and then you'd walk back out and like, did you just go take a pregnancy test? And you're like, yeah. Still says no. So we went.
Yeah, there was nothing. Like, it wasn't. I don't know. Everybody that I've talked to says that you just know.
Well, I think people got in your head and then you started to think you were pregnant because then you're like, my boobs hurt and the dog lays by my stomach and that means there's a baby in there and then two of your friends are like, I knew we weren't. I thought you were pregnant for sure until you said two of your friends both I had a dream that you were pregnant last night and I was like, oh, then that's not.
But neither they are from two groups of people that don't know each other.
I know, but I still was just like, oh. That's not how this works.
That was the kiss of death for you?
The kiss of...
yeah, well...
So, yeah, that was exciting.
Baby.
No baby.
But I drank in New York. Oh, yeah, New York. I drank in New York.
Mm-hmm.
But that was it.
Yeah.
I had sake and I had 2 glasses of wine. But other than that, I had a totally dry January.
Good job. And now we're getting ready for Hawaii.
I know. And I think I'm not going to drink until Hawaii also.
Okay.
Because I got very buzzed off of 2 glasses of wine.
Which is the funnest. The Shire buzz is always a good one.
Yeah.
When you get all silly and weird.
I know.
So
that's my goal for Hawaii.
No kid yet.
No kid.
Hope maybe we'll make one in Hawaii.
Maybe.
I don't think Shire will tell me because I guess you're supposed to keep it quiet for 12 weeks. Part of me, I told my friends, I think she might be pregnant, but she's just not telling me because she knows I'll tell everybody. But I did good in not talking about it on here.
Yeah, but you talked about it everywhere else.
Well, just to my close friends.
Well,
you know, it's a sad thing. I'll admit what an awful person I am is that it was fun when we thought you were pregnant because then I could use that to get out of shit I didn't want to do. I'd be like, oh, we can't really go to that because I think Shire. Don't tell anybody I think Shire's pregnant. They'd be like, what? Well, I mean, I didn't know. We couldn't do some stuff because you weren't drinking.
Well, we can still do stuff.
All right. Well, yeah, so...
I'm going to be a fun pregnant person, I decided.
Why?
Because I'm still going to do
I bet all the moms are laughing.
I know.
Well, first of all, I'm going to be the worst baby daddy because I'll be so worried about you doing stuff. I'll just want you to sit on the couch for 9 months till the baby comes out. I don't want you coming down these stairs or I don't want you to go outside and eat shit on the ice again or can't be messing up our baby. Put you in a bubble. Bubble baby, bubble.
Yeah.
So yeah, we almost
had a kid.
We almost had a kid. We were hoping, but I think it was just the birth control because you were on birth control from 16 on.
Yeah.
Every day of your life.
Every day of my life.
Just always take a pill?
Well, not like when you have your period, but yeah.
You never did like the shot or anything?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so if you were on birth control for 15 years, how many days did you forget to take your pill?
A lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Then what do you do?
Well, I would like forget to take it one day and then I would just take 2 the next day.
I was going to say, can you do that?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think you're supposed to.
Oh.
But.
Well, now you may never have to take it ever again.
I know.
Does your body feel better?
I do feel better, but I was like really out of whack for 2 months. I was telling one of my clients about this because they're getting ready to do the same thing. And I was like, my body freaked out.
Like what?
For 2 months. Like you said, my boobs were hurting, like just everything. My skin was breaking out. I was exhausted. I would sit on the bathroom floor to blow dry my hair in the morning.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. I didn't know that. I was asleep.
I know.
Sorry. Should have told me I came in and blow dried your hair for you.
Yeah, no thanks.
All right. So, yeah, that's what we can talk about. So, yeah, it was a good trip on the road. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to do it again.
I know. Do you think what would be a good road gig for you?
For me?
Mm-hmm.
On like a private plane or like on a tour bus, or I always want to go on like a tour bus. I wish I could open for like Bert or somebody, just be on the bus. You know, and part of it it was just 6 hours, a little too long. I like 3 hours because I like to drive to a town and then I go to all their antique stores and like flea market stores. I like to try to find cool shit. So I like that part, and I actually don't mind being by myself because I can listen to what I want. Mm-hmm. But I don't know, this one, what it was is like back-to-back road days is if you go hard that first night, I'm too old. I don't recover that good.
Yeah.
And then I'm doing shots and shit, and it's just like.
Have you ever done like, I mean, I feel like you kind of need to like really go on the road, like go to all the different, like go to the club in Madison, go to some clubs in like New York.
What, go for like a month?
Well, not
You're trying to get rid of me?
No, not a month, but like I feel like you need to start like touring.
Yeah, maybe. I would put together a tour, maybe around here. I kind of would like to go where I'd go, like let's say I'd go to Kansas City, or I have a show coming up in Lincoln, Nebraska. So I was trying to put like Omaha. I wouldn't mind doing like 3 days, go out on tour, because you're off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I would love to go out and then just perform like Thursday, Friday, Saturday in places, then come home Sunday, hang out with you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then go. But the road, it's just not as fun as it used to be.
Yeah.
If I was making more money, but the money's not that great. If I was making like my friends that make like $10,000 for a weekend,
well, how do you make
I would
that?
just keep podcasting and keep, I don't know, get on Joe Rogan, go viral.
Stop crying.
I'm not crying. Shut the.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
I don't know. We'll get there. We just got to keep. Well, when we get this camera, I think the camera will help. But we have loyal fans that are supportive. All our podcast listeners are great, but there's just not enough of them. I'm at a point where I can sell like 5 tickets in any town, but I need to be at like 50.
50 only?
Well, if I had like 50 people, so let's say wherever the listener is right here, if I say I'm coming to town, those let's say I'm coming to Sacramento, let's say, and we have 5 listeners in Sacramento. The listeners are great and they're loyal. I can count on each of them to bring like 3 or 4 people with them. So then I'm at 20 tickets sold. But if you have 50 loyal fans, and then you're coming, and then they each bring 3 or 4, then you're at like 200.
I feel like you're not doing it right. I feel like you're supposed to say, I have 500 fans, and I can count on 100 of them coming and bringing one person.
No. I don't have 500 fans in each city. What I'm saying is people always reach out to me, they're like, hey, come to my town. And then if I do, they'll rustle up 3, 4, 5, 6 friends. But not enough. It's not like I'm not going to do these. If I could. I don't know. We're trying. We're trying. I know.
How about you teach me something?
You know what? Let's teach you about sports. You're over it. Yeah, so hopefully we'll have a baby, and hopefully I'll have a tour at some point. But then if you have a baby, you don't want me to go on tour and just leave you with the baby, or that's what you do want?
No, that's not what I want.
Oh, then what are you asking for?
What? A ring.
She just sends me rings and shows me rings all day long.
No, I don't. You're making me sound like a crazy person.
You're not that crazy. We're going to find you a ring.
Okay.
What is my budget supposed to be for your ring?
I feel like that's a trick question. Your budget? What is your budget supposed to be?
How much do I need to buy you a ring, do you think? I've never bought a ring. Like an engagement ring.
I'm glad that you've never purchased one of those. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I've shown you.
You look at rings all the time. How much would they cost?
Well, I look at all different kinds. And some of them aren't diamonds. Moonstone.
Now you want a moonstone?
No, I already have a moonstone.
Oh.
No, but you could do like white sapphire. You could do moissanite. And those are a lot cheaper than diamonds. But anytime I say that, you say, no, I'm getting you a diamond.
I don't talk like that, but can I get you a diamond off the Facebook garage sale page? Do I even tell you where I
no.
get the ring from? I just get you a ring.
Yep,
If I buy a used ring, is it cursed?
probably.
So I shouldn't do that.
Unless it's a dead person.
Oh, okay.
You know, if it's like an old lady and she was married for like 90 years.
Yeah, but that'd be like a weird old ring that you wouldn't want.
Mm.
All right, well, we'll work on it.
Mine cut diamonds are the ring that I sent you that was $100,000.
Yeah.
That was a mine cut diamond. Are you crying again?
I'm going to kill you.
Oh, shit. Go again.
I will be crying if you think I have to buy you $100,000 ring.
I know your eyes are so teary. What is happening over there?
Stop it.
Are you just so excited that we're going to Hawaii and you're thinking about proposing to me? It's making you want to cry.
Don't listen to her, guys. She's out of control. Here we go. Are you ready for our first segment of the day?
Yes.
We're all over the place today. It is time for Teach Shire Sports. And today we're going to do it a little different because today is Super Bowl Sunday. So we're going to talk about, because I don't think you gave a shit about the game, but most girls or people not into sports like the halftime show. So we're going to do halftime sports trivia with Shire Spence. Dun, 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 dun. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Do you have a specific halftime that's your favorite?
No.
Do you watch the halftimes usually?
No.
Do you care about halftimes?
Nope.
Okay, so I'm glad I picked this. We'll go through this quick. Question 1. Which of the following artists was the first to perform in the halftime show in 2 different years? James Brown, Phil Collins, Gloria Estefan, or none of those 3 people?
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins is... where are the answers? Oh, crap. We're going to have to do it.
I'm pretty sure I'm right.
Okay. Which was the first artist to headline a Super Bowl halftime show as a solo act? Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, Sting, or Toni Braxton?
Oh, gosh. Sting.
Sting, she says. Okay. Which of the following singers has never performed in a Super Bowl halftime show? Tony Bennett, the Blues Brothers, Britney Spears, Whitney Houston.
What? The Blues Brothers?
Is that your pick?
Yeah.
I think you're wrong, but I like it. I don't think they would have put that in there if they hadn't. But has any Super Bowl halftime show been produced with 3D effects? Yes or no?
Yes.
Boom. In which year did the famous Janet Jackson boob wardrobe malfunction occur?
2000.
Your choice are 2008, 2002, 2004, 2006.
Damn it. Okay, wait. 2004. 2004.
2004, she says. What did the band U2 do in remembrance of 9/11 terrorist attacks in their 2002 halftime show performance? The band members wore black armbands. The band wrote and performed a song dedicated to the victims. The band had a scrolling banner behind them that listed the names of the victims. The band left flowers on the stage after the show.
Ooh, gosh. My guess is the Scrolling Band.
Okay. When did Disney produce their first Super Bowl halftime show? 70, 80, 75, or 77?
77. 7.
Good year. Sir Paul McCartney was the
Whoa.
first ex-Beatle who performed in a Super Bowl halftime show. True or false?
True.
True. Which one of the following comedians has never been featured in a Super Bowl halftime show? Wow.
Brandt Tobler.
True. Ben Stiller, John Belushi, George Burns, or Adam Sandler
What? I feel like all of them.
have never been featured?
Yeah. It's.
We'll
What?
just pick one.
Can you say them again?
Which one of the following comedians have never been featured in a Super Bowl halftime show? Ben Stiller,
No.
John Belushi,
No.
George Burns,
Yeah.
Adam Sandler.
George Burns. I don't even know who that is.
Okay. And our final question in one of the worst quizzes we've ever done. Which song did Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers not perform at the 2008 Super Bowl halftime show? Don't Do Me Like That, American Girl, Won't Back Down, Free Fallin'.
Don't do me like that. Not that one. What's the one after that?
American Girl,
No.
Won't Back Down.
I guess it was Don't Do Me Like That.
Okay. Quick shout out to Tom Petty to make things come full circle. I drove to Kansas City to watch a Chiefs game the day when they had the horrible shooting in Vegas. You remember that?
No.
You don't remember the awful shooting?
Oh, yeah.
That happened. I went to sleep. Luckily, I woke up to all these calls at 5 in the morning. I had to drive I drove all the way through Kansas to my friend's house, Jessica and Ryan, to go to Monday Night Football. And when I got to his house, he told me Tom Petty died. And then they played Tom Petty
Wait,
during the Chiefs game.
Tom Petty died in the shooting
No,
in Vegas?
the very next day. The shooting happened at 11 o'clock at night, and then Tom Petty died the next day. So I was driving through Kansas, no service. Then I pull up to his house, and he's like, yeah, man, Tom Petty died today. Then they played Tom Petty that night at the Chiefs game, and we all sang Free Fallin', I think, or Won't Back Down. I don't know.
You know what? You should stop doing that joke where you say that somebody died when their phones are locked up in the yonder.
You're right. It's a joke I like to do at shows because they don't have phones, and I always say Ben Affleck died, and then the crowd groans, and then I go, okay, I made it up, but I won't do that. Here we go.
Okay.
First answer, which of the following artists was the first to perform in a halftime show in 2 different years? Phil Collins. I knew that was wrong. Of course, it's Gloria Estefan.
Damn it.
But this is a fun thing. 39% of players have answered correctly, so that was a kind of tough one. Question 2, you also got wrong. Which was the first artist to headline a Super Bowl halftime show? You went with Sting. Correct answer is Michael Jackson.
No, but that's not fair because he always has backup dancers.
Who?
And Michael Jackson. He always has 9,000 people up there with him.
59% of people got that one correct. On to number 3, which you got wrong again. Which of the following singers has never performed in a Super Bowl halftime show? You answered the Blues Brothers. The correct answer, Whitney Houston.
No.
Yes, Tony Bennett performed in 95, Spears in 2001, Blues Brothers in 97. Whitney Houston did not sing at a Super Bowl halftime, but she's credited. Most people think she did the best national anthem of all time.
But she's never done
At
a
a
halftime.
Super Bowl, not a halftime.
She's dead now, right?
She's dead now.
Okay.
Have any Super Bowl...
Maybe that's who you could joke about. Like,
Whitney?
yeah, just be like, hey guys, sorry, your phones are locked up. Whitney Houston died.
No one would laugh at that.
Okay.
I'll do the jokes. Here we go. You got one right. Good news. Has any Super Bowl halftime show been produced with 3D effects? The answer is yes. 1989. 72 people got that right. Oh, you're on fire here. In what year did the famous Janet Jackson wardrobe malfunction occur? You said 2004? That is correct.
I know. I knew that one.
Number 6, you also got right. What did the band U2 do in remembrance of the 9/11? You said the band had a scrolling banner behind them that lists the names of the victims. Almost 3,000 names of those who died were listed during the performance. Got that right.
Let me tell you something.
Look at this.
That is not that special.
Number 7, you're right again.
Mm-hmm.
When did Disney produce their first Super Bowl show? 1977. You were right. On to number 8. Can she stay on fire? Shire's on fire. She is on fire. Sir Paul McCartney was the first ex-Beatle who performed in a Super Bowl halftime show. You said true, and you were right. Can she keep going? No. Question 9. Which of the following comedians has never been featured in a Super Bowl halftime show? You went with George Burns. The correct answer is John Belushi. Ben Stiller and Adam Sandler, along with Chris Rock, were in a pre-recorded introduction to a skit in 2001. George Burns appeared in the 1987 halftime salute to Hollywood's 100th anniversary. John Belushi was
Well, no
a founding
wonder I
member of the
didn't
Blues
know that.
Brothers, but died in 1982. His brother Jim, along with Dan Aykroyd and John Goodman, were members of the Blues Brothers. Boom. The last one. What song did Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers not perform? You went with Don't Do Me Like That. And you are correct.
Ah.
6 out of 10, babe. Your score is 90 points. The average score of this quiz is 5 out of 10, so you beat the average person. Look at you.
You know,
Well,
I'm a real halftime guru.
I'm very proud of you. You did good. Do you have any halftime before we wrap up Shire Learn Sports? Do you have any Super Bowl memories?
What?
Do you remember watching a game? Have you ever cared about a game? Have you ever
No.
gone to a cool Super Bowl party or anything?
No. I do remember the nip slip situation
Mm-hmm.
because I was a sophomore in high school,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe a junior. I was in high school,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember my parents like freaking out in the living room, and I did not care about the Super
Yeah.
Bowl. So I was in my room, and I came out and I was like, "What are you guys yelling at?" And they were like, "Oh my God, like, is that like, that couldn't have really happened, whatever." And they were talking about it. And it was like, you know, everybody was talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a memory.
Okay. Do you have any more? Like you lived in Colorado Springs when the Broncos won the Super Bowl. Did you care at all or no?
When was that?
Like 3 years ago, maybe?
No, didn't really care.
No.
But, well, this doesn't have to do with the Super Bowl.
Okay.
But the day that I took my licensing exam for being a hairstylist,
Mm-hmm.
I got it. I passed. Thank you. And I went to a Broncos game that night.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Who'd they play?
No clue.
Did they win?
Not a clue.
Did you make it to the end of the game?
Yep.
Oh, but when me and you went, we didn't even make it to halftime. So it was obviously a nice day, right?
Yeah, it was in September.
Mm-hmm.
I was licensed. No, it was October 1st.
Yeah, so it's probably beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It was so nice here today.
Mm.
Like 70, and I think it's going to snow tonight, right?
Yeah.
What a weird
Or
world.
tomorrow.
Yeah, what a weird world we live in. All right. Any more sports stuff you want to... Do you have any sports questions for us?
Yeah, I asked you one today, and you didn't know the answer, so I'm going to ask our friends.
What is it?
How come when they all run into the end zone and, like, huddle up for a picture, they don't get penalized for celebrating?
That is a good question that I didn't have the answer to, because if you do anything after a touchdown, sometimes they throw a flag, but if there's a turnover, the whole team runs down and poses for pictures, and I don't have an answer for you. I don't know.
Well,
But
I think that
I
somebody
don't-
needs to figure that out.
Well, we just need to keep it that way it is, because that's more fun. Let's put... You know
Well,
what?
I
You
think
know
that
what
they
they
should
used
take
to...
celebrating out completely.
No.
No, I'm saying like.
Oh,
like
you're allowed to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're allowed. To, what's the point?
Yeah, that's because they used to call it the NFL No Fun League, but
Okay.
now it's fun. Do you want to go to the Super Bowl next year?
Sure.
Where is it at, do you think?
Mm.
Is there... If you could go to any sporting event, what would you pick?
Like for what?
Just anyone. Like you can go to the Super Bowl, NBA Finals, Stanley Cup, Wimbledon, Kentucky Derby, NASCAR 500. What would...
You know, I went to the Coke Zero 400 and I was one of the girls that shot T-shirts into the crowd.
What's that? That's a NASCAR race?
Mm-hmm.
Was that fun?
Yeah.
Just launch them? How far could they go?
Well, I was just like throwing them, but yeah, they were launcher people.
And
there was like a wheel that you could spin and stuff. I don't know.
Well,
I think that the Kentucky Derby could be fun.
Yeah. I heard that's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah.
we're going to a Kentucky Derby. Shout out to Pedersen. Remember, isn't he having a Kentucky Derby party in Cheyenne?
And I officially have the days off, so we will.
And you're going to get a hat?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun. Shout out to Ped.
I think that we should wear sombreros.
No, you're supposed to wear like cool hats.
Yeah, that's a cool hat, and it's big.
Every other girl is going to be like dressed up like nice and try to.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to do that, we'll see if you want to commit to it. But okay. Here's our Super Bowl options if you would like to go to a Super Bowl. Next year we could go to Tampa. 2022, it's in Los Angeles. 2023, it is in Phoenix. 2024, it is in New Orleans. So
the New Orleans one, I feel like will be insane.
Yeah.
I feel like the Phoenix one would be easy to go to.
Yeah. I've tried to go to 2 Phoenix ones, tried to sneak in, couldn't do it, but it's a pretty good setup down there. We'll have to get you to a Super Bowl and a Kentucky Derby.
Yeah.
As long as you're not pregnant.
Okay. I'm not going to be riding the horses.
Yeah, but still, we can't have a pregnant lady at the Kentucky Derby.
Why not?
Because you got to just drink and party, and it's not for pregnant
that's true.
women.
Well, you could go and not drink, but still have fun.
I don't know how that would be
You're
possible.
You're a real fun killer. You're like a ref at a football game.
How dare you? Okay, well, that is Teach Shire Sports Halftime Edition Trivia Super Bowl what celebration
2020.
2020. 2020. What do you have for us next, Shire? Do you have anything? Are you very unprepared today as my co-host?
How rude.
We're trying to get to 20,000 downloads this month. We got to push.
Okay.
Shout out last month, 20,052. That's great, right?
That is great.
But we got a short month this time, so we really got to bang some shit out. And we're going to be in Hawaii, but I'm trying to stack a bunch of Craigslist and stuff.
Maybe you should title this podcast, Are We Pregnant?
To get some views.
Yeah.
From our moms. I told my mom that we thought you were pregnant, but not anymore.
What? Wait, you told her not anymore?
Well, I haven't talked to her, but I told her I don't think she is. Because towards the end, we didn't think you were.
I did not tell my mom.
That's probably good.
Or anybody.
That's not true.
Emily.
And people at work.
Not really.
Well, doesn't matter now.
All right. I do have some work stories.
Okay, here we go. Salon stories, or are we doing Chancellor's Quote of the Week?
Well, it's all one and the same.
Okay, well, we'll start.
Actually, okay.
Which one do we start with?
Chancellor.
Time for Chancellor's Quote of the Week. That sounds perfect for the Chancellor Quote of the Week. Let's do it again. Chancellor's Quote of the Week. Okay, we're ready.
Okay, so we used to work with this girl, Allie, and she was the worst. Like, actually the worst.
Like, why? Give us some examples. What makes you the worst in the hair salon world?
Not in the hair salon world.
Oh, just in life?
In life, she's the worst. So, for one, she's not an only child, but she, like, acts like an only child, and the world revolves around her. No offense if there's any only children listening. So she went to college and she did like a summer camp at Yale. And then she used to tell everybody that she went to Yale, which she went to a summer camp at Yale, but whatever. And so she used to tell her clients all the time, like, oh, I'm just like a hairstylist right now, but like I went to college. When like Chancellor got into med school. Yeah. Chancellor went to college and got into med school.
Really?
Yes. And I have my degree in design.
Really? Where's it at? Why isn't it hanging in the factory?
I don't know. You didn't know that?
No, I didn't. I mean, I know you went to college, but I don't know if you have a bachelor's or a real degree. I don't know anything about it. I have a real degree hanging right above your shoulder.
That's right.
If you want to go ahead and look at it. How beautiful is that?
That's great, babe.
Thanks. But so Allie from the Valley went to Yale for the summer.
She went to Yale for the summer, and she used to tell people that she was going to get a real job and whatever. But she was the type of person that would take advantage of people at any opportunity. Let me give you an example.
Okay.
she texted me one night and was like, hey, can I come to your house and we can watch The Bachelor together? And I was like, yeah, that sounds like fun.
And
sorry, I was waiting for a sound effect.
No, go ahead.
Okay. I saw your finger going crazy over there.
You blew it!
Go ahead.
How dare you?
Stop crying.
I'm not crying.
What? What an idiot! Oh, what a loser! Good.
That one's too long. I got to get rid of that one. Go ahead.
Do
Sorry.
you want to do any more?
I do, but you're not enjoying it. So go ahead with your story.
All right. So anyway, she asked if she could come watch The Bachelor at my house. Not a big deal,
No.
right? Then she sends me a text.
Mm-hmm.
Can you make dinner? Again, I like to cook, so I
Yeah.
was like, yeah, that's cool, whatever. Then I get another text. Will you also make my favorite dessert, banana cream pie? And I was like, okay, like that's a little weird,
Yeah.
but whatever. So I was like, yeah, just come over. I'll make dinner. It's fine. So she comes over and she like knocks or something. And then she's like, oh, hold on. I just need to bring my laundry in. She brought 2 laundry baskets in. She's like, I'm just going to do my laundry here so I don't have to do it at my apartment and pay for it. And then
Jeez.
she was like, I'm just going to spend the night. And I was like, what is like, I felt so violated. I felt so hijacked. And she would do shit like that all the time. So she texts Chancellor the other day and says, hey, I booked your last appointment on Monday night. I'm going to come in and have you tone my hair. And I tip in martinis. Meaning, I don't know if you had any plans after work, but you do now.
Mm-hmm.
Very presumptuous.
Yeah.
So Chancellor sees his phone and he's like, oh, God. So today I said, hey, did you do Allie's hair? Did you go out for drinks? Like, what's the deal? And he goes, this bitch made me pay for my own martinis. He was so mad. She came in and he did a toner on her and he cut her hair and he only charged her for the toner because she used to work with us and whatever. It was after our, whatever. So what should have been like $115, he charged $40.
Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Which is a screaming deal.
Yeah.
Then, thinking she was going to tip in martinis, she does not tip him.
Uh-huh.
She just signs the thing. Okay, great. And then they go have a drink together. The guy, the waiter, asks what they want to do with the check. And Allie says, oh yeah, can you just split it?
Uh-huh.
Chancellor's not very happy.
Yeah, I bet.
This bitch made me pay for my own drinks.
Did he say something to her or what? Or he's just out?
No, he's like, it's such a love-hate relationship because she's very charismatic and she's like fun in the moment and whatever. And then all of a sudden it just like flips and you're taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, wait, what? How did that happen so quickly? Like how?
Yeah.
And that's why I stopped hanging out with her because I was like, you like get me to this point where I feel really like comfortable and like we're hanging out and everything's cool. And then you flip and you take advantage of everybody. Emily's nickname for her the whole time she worked with us is bitch face.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wait, did she get fired or she just left?
She quit.
What does she do now?
She thinks she's an artist. I think she lives in Boulder or something. I don't know.
And she just takes advantage of people like, hey, I'm going to come over. And then she just brings a painting and puts it on their wall and like, okay, that's $700. You just bought my art.
Yeah. That's a total Allie move. Or like, how about this? I celebrated Thanksgiving with her one year because neither one of us had anywhere to go. And she was like, I'll get the turkey.
Oh, no.
You bring the sides. So she got a raw turkey and I brought all the cooked sides. And then she was like, can you cook the turkey? Yeah. Which anything food related, I'm like gladly willing to do it.
Yeah, but still you just want it. just ask or just know what you're getting into and stuff. You don't just want to.
I know. She's a real bait and switch kind of girl.
Well,
And she's perpetually single. Wonder why?
yeah. Wait, what does perpetually mean?
Just like 100%.
Oh,
of
she's
the
always
time.
single?
Yeah.
Well, she's probably just trying to get as many free meals and shit she can.
Yeah,
Is
probably.
she hot?
No. And I mean, I don't know. She's like fine.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that she eats
Oh, gosh.
is like a horse. It's so gross. Anytime she would eat, I would leave
Mm-hmm.
because I couldn't be around her.
What, just like chomp and...
Perpetual is never ending or changing.
Oh. So
Occurring repeatedly, so frequent as to seem endless.
So she'll just be single forever? That would be a deal breaker for me. There's few deal breakers for dudes. Or at least for me, smoking is the number one. Mm-hmm. But if you like chewed with your mouth open, that I hung out with a kid growing up that would do that, and I would just be like, God, dude,
It's so gross.
You could see the food just flying around in there, and it's. Ugh.
I work with somebody right now that whenever she eats chips or crackers, I think she likes to hear the crunch.
Mm-hmm.
So she crunches loudly and kind of smacks, but doesn't smack all the time.
Well, we had a guy like that in Vegas. He would just love to chew his ice. So he'd get a fountain drink, and then he would just chomp that fucking ice.
No.
He's the one I told you about that would eat his scabs.
No. We don't need to hear about that.
We've talked about it on here before, right? About being, because he had like a young ass hot wife that was obviously just married to him because he was rich. But then people talk shit about her, like because she had brand new Louis and a Mercedes and everything. And then people were like, God, she's such a gold digger. And I was like, she kisses him after he eats his own scab. Like, she earned every fucking thing that she has. I would never talk shit about these gold diggers because they have to fuck these gross ass dudes, man. They earn it. Then I think she had like a mistress. I think she had a boyfriend because then she pretended like she got robbed in her Mercedes SUV one time and they stole the car. But then she wasn't very helpful in the, like, cooperative in the investigation. So that was weird.
Would you call a mistress a mister if it's a man?
I don't know.
She had a mister.
She had a mister. Like, what do you mean, out back that cools off by the pool? No, like a mister. What is it if you have a...
I don't know. Male mistress. Do you want me to look that up?
Yeah, we look it up. A male mister. I don't know.
Male mistress.
It's mysterious.
Oops.
A mysterious mister.
Male mistress. Oh, there's a movie.
What's it called?
Male mistress. Male equivalent for male mistress. Mister can be used. Paramour is sometimes used.
A paramour?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I don't even know what that is either.
Well.
Huh. Well, she must have had a paramour, a Mr. Paramour, we'll call him. Because I don't ever know what happened to that Mercedes. And then she left him eventually. I think she just took that Mercedes as like, let me put this somewhere so I could sell it when I leave this dude. But I don't know.
When I lived and worked in New York, the designer that I worked for was married to this super rich guy.
Mm-hmm.
She was like this tall, gorgeous Japanese woman, half Japanese woman.
Tall?
Tall. Because her dad was like Swedish and tall. Anyway. And she married this guy who was like millions and millions of dollars rich. They lived in the same building as Sarah Jessica Parker and like the Kardashians. And who's the guy that went crazy? Not Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen?
Charlie Sheen went crazy for a while.
Yeah, but I don't think it's him.
But yeah, just rich people.
Yeah, anyway, they lived in that building. But he was like 5'3".
Yeah.
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 Anyway, he used to say, Teddy's trying to give me kisses. Speaking of smacking in the microphone.
Teddy, we're trying to do a podcast here.
He would tell her all the time, I'm worth more money to you alive than dead, so don't try to kill me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, so that means he has like a prenup or that just means, yeah, she ain't getting shit if he dies.
I don't know.
That's an interesting thing.
I know.
Well, yeah, that's what sucked today is we couldn't watch our 90 Day Fiancé. They didn't want to compete with the Super Bowl, so they didn't put out an episode, which sucks. Here he goes.
Teddy is just running.
He's crazy.
I know. Do you think he's like,
Who?
Who?
Who, our dog? Is he retarded? I think so.
Well, you said it, not me.
Well, when I used to live with Brian and Andrew, we had a dog like Teddy, and his eyes were like crooked. But I think dogs are retarded a lot because they're inbred. You know?
I don't think Teddy actually is, but sometimes I'm like, what? Like right now, I think he's trying to wear your band hat.
He's just a weirdo.
He is a weirdo.
He's
anyway.
a barker. But anyway, it's been a rough week for dogs. My best friend Justin had to put down his dog today, General Schwarzkopf. And my cousin's looks like he's gonna have to put down his dog this week too. So it's tough. And I was about to kill this dog. Actually, this episode's gonna come out tomorrow, and then Craigslist Chaos. If you guys want a little Easter egg, at the end of Tuesday's Craigslist Chaos, I forget to shut off the mic, and I get up to walk out the factory, and I see her panties like laying in the hallway, and you can just hear me on the podcast scream, "Teddy, you motherfucker, where are you?" Because we try to keep our laundry room shut, and this little fucker just loves to eat Shire's panties and just ruins them. So I went in there and I found them. And they're just soaking wet. Like, I don't know if he just licks the shit out of them. I found that dog up there and I just whacked him with the panties. Just 3 wet panty whaps to him. Just smoked him in the head.
That sounds like if anybody tuned in right now, they'd think that we were talking about a porn.
Yeah. Well, I smacked the shit out of him.
3 wet panty smacks to the head.
Just right across the face.
Gross.
And then he went, and then I tried to put him outside as punishment, but he hid under the bed and I couldn't get him out. He's just like, nope. He's like, you're too fat to get under here, you idiot. And I would just like wave my arm under, and he had just like, not a shot. He knew he was in big trouble.
Yeah.
We're going to have to buy you new panties because this panty monster.
I know. So join the Patreon.
So, Patreons, come on, just give a few more Patreons.
Oh, hey, speaking of Patreons, James and Katie sent us free drink cards to a bunch of different restaurants.
Oh, thank you guys.
I know. They are, if you ever are going anywhere in the world and need to know a good restaurant to go to, they are the people to ask.
Really?
It's so crazy. I don't know how they do it. I think it's like a special talent.
Well, tell them.
And they always know what's going on with stuff too. Like, they not only know like the best restaurants, but then they know like all the gossip behind the best restaurants. We should do a segment where we call them and we get like a restaurant recommendation and the dirt behind the restaurant.
Ooh, all right.
I know.
Well, you know what? I forgot about that. So our buddy Adomas, I always butcher his name, Adomas, and he sent me a thing. How would you say that? Adomas? Sorry, Adamas. I fuck this up every time, but he...
It's all right, I feel you.
He's
got a weird name, too.
He's sending us a dope-ass shirt. Robin sent us all the Chico gear. You guys have been so good. And you know who else is going to come on? I forget who else is going to come on. Not Bethany... Who's one of our other Patreons? But they're, dang it. It's hard to find these messages, but one of our Patreons is a dental hygienist. And she's going to come on, remember, and tell us that I need to floss.
Wait,
she's going to do
so
a flossing.
Tell me about your dental routine here that you talked about. You don't floss?
No, never.
No. Can you floss?
I mean, I can. I do if there's something really stuck in there, but dang it, why? I want to give a shout out to our patron.
Could your teeth fall out if you flossed too much?
Fall out?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Could the floss get stuck under your teeth?
No. I don't think so.
Do your teeth go into your gums?
Oh, you're talking about my fake teeth?
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. My teeth don't. Yeah, my teeth go. Sorry, I was trying to give a shout out.
Can you just? I really want to know about your teeth right now.
Okay, so my teeth are, and you're gonna hate it when you find out one day, because my teeth are fake. They're veneers. The front six.
I know that.
So then they.
Why am I gonna hate it when I find out one day?
Because
what does that mean?
because eventually they'll break. I'll have to get new ones. But they, what's below my veneer is a chiseled down actual tooth.
Yes.
And they are gross. They will make me cry, like if I see them, because they.
My mom has a veneer on her front teeth, and it's the same as yours.
Did she have to have hers like chiseled down?
Yes.
Yeah, it sucks. Like, so the one time when I had to take them off, it's so embarrassing. Like, it'll make me cry. Like, actually cry to look in the mirror and see my mouth.
Yeah, but don't you just like, doesn't the dentist do it all for you and you don't ever look at it?
No, so what happens is they chisel them down to little ones, and then they give you temporary ones that you have to wear. And then
they call that a flipper.
Yeah. Well, no, I have temporary
yeah. It's called a flipper. Look it up.
So they have to have these temporary ones, and then I found it. It's our girl Becky. Shout out to Becky. She's let me tell you what she said.
Can you just finish your story for a second?
Well, this has to do with it, but okay. So then I'd have temporary ones, and then when the temporary ones are out, then you have to wait for the veneer to get sent off to a dentist and then come back. So then you have the temporary ones. But there's times when one time I was waiting backstage. I got this guy a guest spot, and he was going over, and I was fucking like upset about it. So I was chewing on a pen, and then I broke my fucking tooth. Then I had to walk out to the crowd and be like, this just cost me, they're like $1,500 each.
What?
On the hookup, I think. And then another time I broke it. I was trying to rip off this patch.
How did you pay for that?
I used to be rich. Well, it's my ex-girlfriend's dad's who's the dentist, so they always let me finance it. They're really good about letting me. Back then, I just had money to get them all done. But like when I broke one when I lived in LA, it broke this middle one. So I'm in the middle of LA with just like a little nub. So I called Laura and I said, "Hey, I broke one." She's like, "Just fly over. We'll get you in the morning." And then Vern takes, he's an amazing dentist, so he got me right back in. But I don't even want to talk about it and jinx it, but one of my veneers is cracked right now, so at some point it's going to break, and then I'm going to have to fly to Vegas, or I'll have to just get a new dentist somewhere around here that'll do it. But the problem is that Vern he's like the best dentist in the world. He's really, really good, so I'd like to continue to go to him. But so that's what's under these, but they're just like little gross chiclets. And it is not good. But yeah, shout out to Becky. She said, thanks for answering all my questions on the podcast. I asked if you floss, and I wanted you to know I'm a dental hygienist. I've been for 22 and a half years now. I can 100% guarantee, if you let me explain to you just how important flossing is, you will change your gingivitis-riddled ways. I can explain it in less than 5 minutes, probably 2 or 3. You said you'd welcome a call from a Patreon supporter, which I so happily am. So anytime you want a floss talk, I'll make time. I'm having visions of a snappy little short Patreon or regular episode entitled Floss Talk with your friendly dental hygienist, which would be good for all of us. So yeah, we're going to call Becky one of these times. We can't call right now. But first of all, thank you, Becky, for being a Patreon. And we need you to, because I said it on there, is that if you just use, I was told, she just discredited it, but I forget who told me, if you just use like Listerine, it's the same as flossing.
No, it's not.
So you don't have to floss.
I floss.
I know. That's what I said on the thing. You floss every day.
I do.
Yeah.
I brush for 2 full minutes. Because my toothbrush is amazing. If anybody needs a new toothbrush, it's called Burst. And it is the best toothbrush on the planet. Every 3 months, they send you a new brush head automatically. You don't have to think about it. And they only charge you like $6 or $7. It's amazing. The toothbrush is only like $70, but it vibrates at a frequency that's like so tiny. I don't even know how to describe it. I feel like.
But you love it?
Every time I brush my teeth, I feel like I went to the dentist. It's amazing.
We'll have to ask
And
Becky what she thinks about it.
Every 30 seconds, it buzzes differently at you so that you know to change the quadrant of the part of your mouth that you're in.
Oh, wow.
So that you like fully clean every area of your mouth. It's the best toothbrush ever. They need to sponsor us because we can't say enough good things about it.
Can I get one for my birthday or something then?
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
And the bristles are charcoal, which is why my teeth are always so white. Sorry about it. Because it whitens your teeth.
Oh,
It pulls all your stuff off. And I drink coffee every day. Smart coffee.
Are you shouting out everybody right now? You know what? I don't know if you've ever seen me do this joke. I should bring this joke back, but I was always like, I think a girlfriend is like a electric toothbrush. Because you need to change the head about once every 6 months. Because they both start out like, wow, 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 wow. But then after 6 months, they're both like, and then I do. You think that's funny or no?
Yeah.
I should bring that back.
Yeah. Except then people are going to think that I'm not giving you good blowjobs.
Well, jeez. Oh, no one would ever say that. What are we going to do? You just made me blush on me.
I know. You're crying again.
I'm crying tears of joy. We don't need to go into blowjob talk, but
that's what it is, right?
I don't know if you got your 10,000 hours practice before me or what, but you are very talented. And let's not talk about this.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Okay, let's talk about something else and we'll wrap this up. I'd never get embarrassed like this.
I know, you're like bright red and crying.
Well, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to. I don't know what to say. Okay, I'm not crying. Stop it. Let's wrap this up. What? Anything else you want to tell us? We did salon stories. We did Chancellor's Quote of the Week. We learned a little bit about sports. We talked about pregnancies and
all your travels
and misters and Peromes. What was it called?
Whoa, paramours?
A paramour. And we figured out our dog's retarded. And he loves to eat dirty panties like a gross man. Mm-hmm. Anything else?
I think that covers
we can wrap it up
all
this week.
All of our dental hygiene.
Yeah, dental. Shout out to Becky. We'll try to have Becky on maybe next week and get a little floss update, and we can ask her some dental questions.
Okay. What are you going to do to prep for Hawaii?
Well, nothing. I mean, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to get my flip-flops, and I'm going to go buy a new bathing suit maybe tomorrow when you're at work, and then we'll probably bring the podcast gear so we can do a Dead to Us from Hawaii. And I'll bring my computer, but I'm not going to bring that much. Maybe just an outfit to wear for Valentine's Day night, and then I don't know. What do I need to prep anything?
I just didn't know. Like some people like to go get a base tan at a tanning salon.
No, I'm not doing any of that. I
didn't know
shit.
if you were gonna do that. If you're gonna use any self tanner.
No, I don't use anything. I don't even use sunscreen ever. Maybe I'll shave my chest hair or something.
Oh.
I forgot to do that. I told you that. That's what I love about being on the road is hotels. That's when I just shave all my ball hair and everything. Because I have 2 beds. So
you don't get embarrassed talking about shaving your ball hair, but you get embarrassed talking about blowjobs?
Well, like grading your blowjob and telling everyone how good you are at it and stuff is weird.
Well, I'm just saying
I'm trying to give a tip. Here's a tip. You get 2 beds anytime you're in a hotel room on the road. Because one is like to eat in or one, like I shave my balls, but I can't do it in the bathroom. So then I just put a towel down.
Why can't you do it in the bathroom?
Well, I can't like reach around and get to the bottom, like below your ball part. There's a lot of hair. So then I just lay on my back and then I put my legs up like I'm pregnant. And
like you're pregnant.
Yeah. Like if you're having a baby, you put your legs up in the air. And then I just shave.
You don't put your legs up in the air when you're having a baby.
Oh, no, wait, that's how you get pregnant. Never mind. But you put your legs up in the stirrup or whatever. So I put my legs up like that, and then I just shave, and then the hair goes wherever.
You know what is so great about you?
What?
You are old enough that you know a lot of things, but there's still so much you have to learn.
Like what? Just woman stuff?
Just, like 97 diapers doesn't last 97 days. And you don't put your legs up in the air.
Oh. Well, I can't wait to find out. I want to be a girl dad.
So you like to shave your balls in bed?
Well, I just like to do it in hotel rooms where I don't have to clean all the shit up and stuff. What I do is I shave my balls and stuff and like pubes in the bathroom, and then I just wipe off my dick with like one of those towels, and I just drop that towel onto the floor into the pile of hair. Then I just kick that towel full of hair under the sink, and then they just come clean it up.
I'm sure they really appreciate that.
Well, I don't know. What am I supposed to do?
Not that. I'm surprised you don't shave it like on the balcony or something.
Then I'm outside. Just let it blow all over?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you rather have my pubes swept up than blowing all over this country?
I mean...
All right. Well, you know what? I'll do better next time. I'll do a little... I don't know where. Well, I hate to...
Why not just like in the bathtub where you can turn on the faucet and wash it down the drain?
Oh, yeah, I do that sometimes, actually. If it's in the shower, sometimes I do it.
Yeah. I mean, you could also do it when it's not in the shower.
Yeah, it's true, too. I don't know. Sorry, guys. It's a weird ending. But, yeah.
Now we know.
Floss and shave, and I'm going to learn about having a baby one day, hopefully. I'm so excited. And diapers. And what do you think I need to learn? I think I know a lot. Do you have any questions for me here? You breastfeed the baby, and then diapers.
What do you think is a topic that you don't know a lot about other than babies?
Pretty smart. What I don't know about? Just like politics. I don't care about politics. I don't really care about religion. I don't know a lot about religion or politics, really. I'm just like, do whatever you want, whatever makes you happy.
Or cooking.
I don't know how to cook at all.
Yeah. Or nutrition.
Don't know. More actually, I just know about sports and comedy. That's it. And fast food. And I'm a pretty simple dude, really. I know everything about sports.
You know a lot about Wyoming.
Everything about Wyoming. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, well, good for you.
But I'll keep learning.
Keep it learning.
And I'll keep it learning. I just want to learn about being a dad, though.
Okay, well.
And I'm learning about rings. They're expensive. I was trying to figure out how to propose the other day. I think I have it figured out.
Oh, what are you going to do?
I'm not going to tell you. But I don't know what to do, because I always said I'd do good, because I'm very creative. So, but then I also want it to mean something, so I don't know. It's a ways away. I don't have ring money yet, so it's not coming in Hawaii like everyone
know it's
thinks.
not coming in Hawaii.
It is. You're the only one coming in Wyoming. I mean, in Hawaii. Alrighty then. Let's wrap it up. This has been another great episode. We love you guys. Join the Patreon. We're at 34. At least get to 35. Just one of you do it, right? 35 sounds... I like round numbers. We got to 31. Now we're just stuck at 34.
I would like to know why it's a round number, James Parmenter.
What, 30? Why 35 is a round number?
Why, like, odd numbers are round numbers? Because they make circles?
No, what are you talking about? I'm talking about, like, 35, 40, 50.
Yeah.
35 is a bit of a reach, but, like, I don't know, just in my head it sounds better to be like, we have 35 Patreons.
Are odd numbers round numbers and even numbers square numbers?
I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. Well, anyway. See you later.
This has been another episode of Dead to Us. We hope you guys loved it. Please tell your friends. We've done a good job rating, subscribing, commenting on that. Let's keep growing. If you guys, you guys are always part of the show. If you want to reach out, we're going to do a little floss talk. We got some more stories. And thank you to all the Patreons for sending us cool shit. And just the listeners for sending us cool stuff. Let's make a push. Try to get to 20,000 again in February. Try to just keep growing every month. The goal this month is 21,000. I think we can do it with your guys' help, and we'll keep putting out material. So we love you, and thank you guys for listening again this week, and we'll talk to you next week. Oh, we'll still be here next week, right?
Yes.
We'll talk to you next week before we go to Hawaii.
Yes.
Later.
Later, losers.
Later, friends.
Now